Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live with me, Christopher McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80, brought to you by Generals Joe's REBORN.com. Hope everyone is having a lovely Thursday evening, a classic Thursday evening. I'm happy. Manchester United have beaten Real Sociedad, or as I call them, Real Sausagey Dad, in the footers, and and Crystal Ball went up for pre-order, so that's good. Lovely stuff. And yeah, I thought I would jump on and chat with you guys about the day and some other bits and pieces that might have popped up to kind of discuss regarding Crystal Ball. Hello, everyone in the chat. Lots of you in there already. Hello, Real Zim, Steve Martin, Wilfredo Diaz, Chris G, Michael Jean Fleming, Joe Barrett, Josh F, Chris G, Chucky Tinderbin. I love saying that. Matt Lepresti, Benny275, Luke Poulon, Chris D'Amato. How are you guys all doing? Hope everyone's doing well this evening. I'm not going to call out everyone in the comments, but you know, I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys for all the comments already, all the chat. I thought when Luke commented finally, I thought he meant finally a news burst live, that, you know, because I don't really do them very often, do I? But no, you meant that you got to catch one, Luke. So I'm quite happy about that. Let's get into it. It's Crystal Ball Day. It's his day. Happy birth balls. Happy Ball Day. Let's just make a noise. Happy Ball Day indeed. Right. So yes, earlier today, Richard Crystal Ball King. I believe Y is the middle initial as well. Richard Y King. It's dangerous, isn't it? Old Dick King over there went live. Walmart exclusive. Walmart CollectorCon went up for pre-order at 10 a.m. Eastern. Multiple times elsewhere, of course, depending on what time zone you're in. On the 13th today of Thursday of March. Also, I'd like to, while I'm here, also wish my father a very happy birthday. He's probably not watching this right now, as it's 11:43. But I want to wish my dad a very happy birthday. I got to talk to the folks today, so I know I've already kind of said it to me dad and got him his prezzies and everything, but I wanted to say it on the show. Everyone can wish my father a happy birthday for March the 13th. That would be very nice, and then I'll show him all the comments, and he'll be all happy. Anyway, yeah, so Crystal Ball dropped. Is that right to say? And yeah, it went up on obviously Walmart first, like a minute early. I was refreshing from 9:43 all the way through to 10. Well, all the way through to 9:59. And then I ordered it on Walmart just to make sure, because I always do that first, weirdly enough. And I also had another page open with Pulse. And I was kind of refreshing that every now and again as well. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the kind comments. Let's take a screenshot of that. And yeah, there were like it was up like just ever so slightly early, like a minute early. Yes, Dom Von Doom, you got yours a minute early as well. I hope they don't cancel as well, Texas Toy Addict. Derek also logged in a minute early too. Yeah, see, everyone was doing it. Everyone gets it. We're all the same, aren't we? We've all got that kind of like nervous like energy around these sorts of things. And it's always a little bit like, is it, is it actually going to drop on the time that they said it is? Because sometimes it doesn't. Is it going to go a little earlier? I mean, what's his name? Breaker very recently went up so early. Taking another screenshot because I'm seeing more comments for me, my dad in there. Oh no, Patrick Stewart missed out. It will come around some way. It will, Pat. You'll get it. But shout out to Pat Stewart, not Picard, in the chat. My co-host on the weekly. If you don't know, then what you're doing on this channel right now. Yes, even though Walmart has sold out and Pulse sold out pretty quickly as well. It was up for about maybe half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. Actually, that's not true. It was about 40 something minutes, because I remember doing a quick look to see if it was still in stock on Walmart. It was sold out on Pulse very quickly. I did pick one up on Pulse as well, just in case. But because it was up on Pulse it took a while to go up for a start, didn't it? It was like 15 minutes later on Pulse. And I was like, oh, this is weird. Like it's odd that it hasn't come up yet. But this has happened in the past with other what they called Walmart exclusives. Sorry, just every now and again I get this weird thing happen. On my audio where it starts repeating back in a delay in my headphones. And it's weird because I've already dealt with the technical audio aspect. So I don't know why that's so there's some sort of glitch happening between software and what I'm utilizing on the streaming software. So anyway, it doesn't matter. You don't need to care. You don't need to care about that. I need to care about that. You don't. So it is still available. Walmart California, Luke. Indeed, Walmart CA Canada, not California. Walmart Canada. What? Walmart California. California. No, it's Walmart Canada that it's still available in. Sorry, and not sure if people in the US. Well, maybe, but it's going to cost you more shipping and all that other stuff. In any case, I'm sure they'll pop up again. I'm sure Crystal Ball will probably be back in stock on Pulse randomly at like 3 a.m. Although we posted not too long ago. It was really early in the morning, like crazy early, like kind of 3 or 4 a.m. Cobra Commander, Once a Man Cobra Commander went back up in stock on Pulse, right? But it looks like the people that managed to acquire one in that short window of time, short window of time is like really late or early in the morning, late at night or early in the morning, depending on how you look at it, till about 6:45 or something in the morning. And then it went out of stock again. But apparently people are getting messages saying it was an error. So it's quite possible that Once a Man Cobra Commander in stock kind of situation was a glitch or a mistake or what have you. And that was a bit sad because I thought some of the people that missed out on Once a Man were able to kind of grab one, but I'm not sure if that's the case. If you have ordered in that tiny window of time, which was like a couple of days ago, let me know if you got a message. I know one person messaged me to say that they'd got a cancellation message because it was like a glitch or an error or something. So kind of sucky, really. But anyway, no. Coming back to Crystal Ball, that was about Once a Man Cobra Commander. This is about Crystal Ball now. He is sold out on both Pulse and Walmart, but like I said, keep an eye on those listings still, on just in case, because it's quite often that that sort of stuff moves around a little bit and it might come back in again. I thought Lenny was your daddy. I like that. That's awesome. He is my daddy, but in different ways. Miss Crystal Ball. Oh, some of you did. Sorry, David. That sucks. Classified Lifeline or I Riot, says Stygian. Okay. S3D_toy says, I was never a fan of Crystal Ball until this version came out. It looks amazing and I can't wait to get mine. The design team just made me a fan of Crystal Ball. I pre-ordered 2 from Pulse. Yeah, big time. In any case, let's go through another little we've got another image, even though it's the same image we've already seen, but it just got different graphics on it. So is that worth talking about? Probably not. We've seen all of the product images, but the promo images are all exactly what we'd seen in the preview, so nothing different on that one. Interesting that there are differing delivery dates, Stanley, but that happens almost all the time with Walmart. It's really odd. Walmart April, Pulse July. Yeah, I think what is probably most likely is that it'll be in July for both, and Walmart just had an older date, or they just hadn't updated it, or vice versa. Maybe Pulse are just erring on the side of caution. Maybe they're making sure that Walmart get their kind of stock first, and then Pulse will follow. Because sometimes they have to split shipments up. I know that's a thing in the industry. So it could just be as simple as that, honestly. But at the same time, I would on the most, like, the furthest away. So I think July is probably not a bad shout. But if we do get it in April, freaking awesome sauce. Now, this is the next thing I wanted to talk about, because and we've had confirmation from multiple sources that this was an error. But I will say, where it says the mystic of the Dreadnoks has arrived, apparently it was a mistake. It shouldn't have been on there. It has since been rectified on the socials. They've removed that little bit about the Dreadnoks. But what is interesting is Crystal Ball sort of had been lumped in with the Dreadnoks in the comics. In A Real American Hero, he was working pretty much in league with the Dreadnoks quite recently. I want to say, like, certainly late IDW going into Skybound, if not Skybound already as well. But I remember very, very recently a whole situation with the Nox and Crystal Ball sort of working together. Like I said, in the same sort of vicinity. So I just thought it was kind of a riff on that, like they'd worked Crystal Ball sort of into the Dreadnoks a little bit. Because I will say Crystal Ball matches the Dreadnoks vibe completely, especially this version of him. But this might be sacrilegious to some people, but my thought process the whole time actually has been, I'll probably put Crystal Ball in with the Dreadnoks anyway, because he just has that vibe to him. He just has that sort of like gritty swamp character going on. So I don't know. I think, yeah, Jay Doran says, I think it was around issue 300. Yeah, they were literally working together. Yeah, Pizza Guy, exactly. Hurricane Live, it was a Dreadnok, and he was a pizza guy on his scooter, foretelling the future and crying. That story was cool. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so I'm literally he's gonna be in my Dreadnoks team. But again, we've heard that this was an error and wasn't supposed to be in the copy. But the copy's pretty cool, and I did read this out on the preview because of the whole dye technology, which they went into in the other copy. I'm not sure if it's not on the screen, and I've forgotten what the dye parts stood for, but I am on the page right now, so let me just find it. Yeah, here it is. Dread-inducing responsive energy. Dread-inducing responsive energy. Dire tech projected monster mask, which is pretty dope. Yeah, but that said, that was the only real kind of talking point. Excuse me, that was the only real talking point I wanted to cover. Bad Wolf Media says this was another challenging day, shall we say, for Joe fans. But I got one pre-order in on Walmart, so fingers crossed they don't cancel it on me. Yeah, it's an interesting time, isn't it? Because I feel like even the fact that there was even this sort of like little mistake with the copy, it's never free, is it, recently, of like some sort of little discrepancy or issue or problem, and it's usually tech based. It's usually some sort of issue. I've only just noticed something on the images. Oh my, how have I not noticed this before? God, you probably have noticed this multiple times, but there's ghostly apparitions around him that look a little bit character-ish. It's a bit like Storm Shadow, that. Not even kidding. And then there's another one next to him. Why won't my friggin' camera, phone work? There we go. There's another one here as well, if I can zoom in on it. Goodness me. Have I ever used a phone before? Probably not at this rate. No, I've never used a phone before. I cannot, for some reason, get in there. There we go. And there's another apparition to his right, which I've really zoomed in on there, like it's super zoomed. That's crazy. I didn't notice that before. I thought there was just swirly stuff going on around him, but it looks as though there's like a little maybe hidden sort of character-ish vibes going on there. like if you look at it from a distance, I mean, I could show you on the screen, but it does look like two ghostly apparitions either side of him. And I wonder if they have done something cheeky with that. Let's have a look at that image. Well, obviously here are your packaging images. Here's a close-up of the back of the packaging, which we've looked at, we've talked about. We don't really need to go into crazy detail here, do we? There's another one. There you go. Lovely stuff. And it's not this shot. Obviously, I'm just looking again just to see if there are any other ghostly apparitions knocking about. It's not this one, although this is a beauty. It's not this one, although this is a beauty. It's not that one, although that does look like there could be something in the... No, it's not. It's fine. Cool. Keep going. Nearly there. Here. I did not notice... I'm definitely seeing ghostly apparitions either side of him. And I wonder if they have done something there, like hidden a couple of characters in the background, but obviously made it so, you can't really see anything going on. I'm going to ask that question because it could just be like a coincidence, but it seems a little on like, like it seems a little too obvious. I could be wrong. This is like people seeing faces in clouds. Well, I'll ask the question, and if I'm right, then I'll rub your face in it. I'm just kidding. I'm not really going to do that. Crystal ball literally ghosts people. Yeah, indeed. I'm going to ask that question though, because I like the thought of them hiding something that way in here. I see Storm Shadow and Carcass in the background. I like your thinking, Rachel. Right one looks like Destro, says V. Anderson. Yeah, a little bit. It is a little bit seeing stuff in clouds right now, isn't it? But I wonder. Back reflection of crystal ball could be. I don't think they're the actual figures. I just think what they've done is they've kind of, made, like, taken a picture of the actual figures and then photoshopped the hell out of them to make it look like ghostly apparitions. But yeah, either way, it's probably nothing. But I just noticed it, saw it, and thought, oh, that looks really... It's probably just the screen I'm looking at is slightly more... Yeah, it's more of a contrast on the screen I'm looking at. Oh, that's why that happened. In any case, that's pretty much it for your crystal balls. I am very excited to get this one in hand for sure. And hopefully it won't be too far down the line. What was it? Either April or July. Probably. And then someone said, I think in the UK, it's expected in like September or something, which is probably more realistic, isn't it? Who said that? Who was it? Which one of you said it? Who was it? Somewhere. There's a lot of comments now. RKW, UK shows September delivery. That's a long time away, isn't it? Yeah, you can see Storm Shadow now and you can't unsee it. That's my fault, isn't it? Bored with figures. Any second wave of Walmart? No, it's just this figure for Walmart Collecticon this time round. It better be April, says Texas. Yeah, it would be great, wouldn't it, if it was, to be honest. 49er Brian says September. I know, yeah. Always watch out for your crystal balls. Indeed, same time toys. Walmart's order says April 10th. Hasbro Pulse says July. Yes, that's correct. We've gone through that one. And UK is saying September. I wonder if the UK is actually probably more realistic for everybody involved. UK usually gets figures before the US. They were for a while, weren't they? They were getting them quite most cases. They were getting them a lot earlier. What happened to the Night Force double pack? Nothing happened to it, Russell. It's just not going up for pre-order yet. It'll be later in the year for the Beachhead Quick Kick Night Force Quick Kick pack 2-pack. Any idea on when we'll get the Night Force 2-pack? Asked Antonio V Montana 2. So Walmart Collecticon happens nowish. It happens around SDCC, right? Kind of like there's another one in the summer, and then there's another one in the fall. There's like 3 usually, right? I think there is. It could. I think there are 3. I think back in the day there used to be 2 of them, and now there are 3. But I'm pretty sure they do a Collecticon around SDCC as well, and then like I said, another one sort of in the fall time. So I would imagine that 2-pack will probably happen. I mean, I could see it happening around Yojo June-ish SDCC time, based on the fact that we have seen that they've revealed the figure 2-pack, like, in physical form. So it's pretty far along. And of course, it's Night Force, so we have to assume that it is a Walmart exclusive. Plus, we have a listing that states it's a Walmart exclusive. There is a third Walmart item on the list, another 2-pack that we don't know what it is yet. That's very true. When we get to the listings, you'll see that as well. In fact, should we just go to the listings? There we go. So if you look at the top right-hand side, we have the top 3 are Target exclusives, and then we get Crystal Ball Walmart, we get Brooklyn 2-pack, which is Walmart exclusive, which we don't know yet, but we know it's a 2-pack. And we got Lexington 2-pack, which is that Night Force Beachhead and Night Force Quick Kick. Why the separate release dates, Vulture? I just think it's an error on one of the other's parts. So it's happened a lot, happens quite often, that they don't line up with what's coming in, and it could be one of many things. It could be an error from one of them, like Walmart could have rolled information and haven't updated. Hasbro might not have updated, or they allocate a certain amount. They make sure Walmart gets theirs first, and then they ship theirs on another shipment after the fact. Could be that as well. So they could just be taking that into consideration. But more than likely, one of them has made an error in the listing. That's all it is usually. And it will maybe be updated if they care. Like if Walmart have made an error, they don't always necessarily change anything or fix anything. They can often just leave it as is. Yeah, so it could be one of those two things, really. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would expect. Personally, I think it's just because there's an error has been made by one of them. That's all. Soda says, today's my birthday and get crystal balls so good. You share the same birthday as my dad, which is nice. You think the snake armor will go up after the stream on the 18th? Yes, Bryce, I do. Slaughter Mercer, maybe? No, that is Brainchild. That is a Pulse 2-pack. That one's on screen. Oh, do you mean will that go up on what do you call it? For pre-order? I don't know. I don't think so. The unknown 2-pack is Night Force, Charbroil, and Lightfoot. Oh, that'd be so good, Jeremy. I'd be well up for that. Okay, I'm here. You can start the stream now. Okay, Scott, thanks. Any clues what Slaughter will look like? He's kind of said it's all kind of been out there, I believe. I think the current rumor that is effectively fact is that he's like a desert version, so it's probably going to look something like the convention kind of exclusive from like back in the day. There was a convention like 3 3/4 kind of O-ring version they did in sort of desert fatigues. It was an exclusive at one of the conventions, and they did a similar decoed Renegades 3-pack as well for that con. So there's a possibility that Slaughter, has kind of like a desert gear vibe going on, and Mercer apparently is standard issue Mercer. Outback Night Force and Surprise Fig, Antonio, that would be phenomenal. I would love an Outback Night Force Outback. No problem, Paul. Catch the replay later, buddy. No Fang news, Mark P587, unfortunately. Chris Cox has been talking about tariffs, and it sounds like we're mere months away from probably seeing that affect pricing with G.I. Joe. He said it very specifically on an interview. He talked about it quite directly, actually, which I was quite surprised at, to be honest. And also, that whole interview felt very, very PR-y driven. Are we sure it's another Slaughter? Well, yeah. Slaughter has literally been showing people images of the actual figures, like the promo images. Yes, Warthog could be an option there, Josh. Absolutely, Warthog Slaughter. Absolutely. the desert one was the body from Gung Ho, the bandana version. Yes, it was, Justin. Yes, he had the kind of the same Slaughter head with the hat. But yeah, the body was Gung Ho from like the 90s Gung Ho. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it, I think. In terms of the list, nothing else has changed that we're aware of. Everything else is pretty much as you were. Same situation for 2026. Still no extra info on these yet, so we will have to hold fire a little bit longer. But it is 2026. I mean, it's miles away. No talk about classified slugger yet. All right, boo. I know it's that would be pretty cool actually. A slugger would be pretty dope. And of course, the official discussions on what is available and unavailable. Name only reveals Snake Eyes version 4. I expect that to obviously change because what is it? 5 days away from the next live stream. And more pre-orders. So yikes. Can't wait. Anyway, hopefully in 5 days' time, we'll have more name-only reveals to add to the list. And maybe even move Snake Eyes on to a render image, maybe down here with the very lonely Ore Striker Slice and Dice and SDCC Cold Slither box set. Yeah. I wonder if they short ran production Crystal Ball, possibly. Yeah, it might just be like it. I mean, it might be lower numbers than they usually do, but I don't know. Actually, it's hard to say. I'd love to get some like numbers, some hard data, but you're never going to get that, not unless you break in and find it. Anyway. That is your digital renders that we're aware of at the moment. And I believe that is everything. It is. That brings me to the end of the news burst. It's only a shorty tonight, but we've already talked about the images that are beautiful. I will be setting up an interview with Matt Cohen from Shooting the Galaxy fame regarding all these beautiful promo images we've had very recently, but I'll be doing it following the 18th live stream, and also setting up an interview with Lenny and Tony following the live stream as well, so we can talk about all the crazy cool news stuff to talk about, which I'm sure there will be tons to get stuck into. And then hopefully it just goes completely silent from the 18th to Yojo June, right? No, I'm sure there's going to be loads of stuff to talk about in that time, which is great. I'm happy. It's good. Just because I'm on every single night doesn't mean, anything. Josh says 5 days away from how many pre-orders? Like 14. I personally think it will be the 4 retail wave of 4 figures that we've got next, which is Footloose, Darklon, Blowtorch, and the other one, Frag Viper. Though I think it'll be those 4, and then like a couple of the other exclusive-y ones, or dotted in and around there. And we've got a few. There's the obviously there's the Diver 2-pack, the Snake Armor, the Claw, Law and Order. There's quite a few knocking about that we could see go up for pre-order next week as well. But I'd imagine it's going to be within that pool, but I don't think it will be all of them. I think it'll be like the retail wave of 4, then maybe like a 2-pack, a figure pet, and an exclusive or something like that is what I'd expect. Is Crystal Ball now related to Sneak Peek? Well, kind of technically always was, in a sense, but I'm going to say yes. I hope that when we get Sneak Peek, Owen King, of course, named completely after Stephen King's son, I do hope we get a kind of like narrative connection between Crystal Ball and Sneak Peek. I think that would be so much fun. And also like this thing of Sneak Peek also having a little bit of kind of like, not special powers, but certainly like, able to tap into a sort of, you know what I mean? Like a little bit of a psychic ability, being someone that sneakily peeks, like a peeping Tom, hopefully not the same thing. I will be putting out a social post a little bit closer to our interviews to see if people want to try and throw in some listener questions or viewer questions for the team. So I'll be doing that as well. We're also looking to get BMAC on the show too. I'm not sure if he's going to be on with Lenny and Tony. Might have to be a separate interview, but lots and lots of interviews lined up, and especially following the live stream on the 18th. I'm very excited to get all of those done and dusted and covered in mustard. Right, that's me. I will see you on the next one, which will probably be tomorrow, the way things are going all the time. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you on Saturday for the weekly. Same bat channel, same bat time. Got that the wrong way around. And it's not even a bat time or channel. But yeah, 10 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great end to your week. I hope you all managed to get a crystal ball. If you didn't, I'm very sorry, but have no fear. I'm sure there will be other ways to grab him. And you never know, they might pop up again, and I'll try and keep an eye out on, on the list, on the, in stocks and all that kind of good stuff. Not that I'm very good at that, because I'm never available when it goes up. There are loads of other people that are better at that than me, and I usually kind of just follow them for that information. But yeah, good luck. Stay fresh cheese bags. And as always, after 3, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and one more thing. Happy birthday, Dad. Full force. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. And as always, you can keep up with the show after listening by following on all of our social platforms, links in the description. And if you would like to contact the show, you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback or questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force Podcast, or click the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full force.